Mike Tyson defeated Bruce Seldon by first-round TKO on September 7, 1996, in a highly controversial and brief heavyweight title fight. The fight was marred by controversy. Many in the audience believed Seldon had taken a dive to allow Tyson an easy win, chanting "Fix."
You've heard the reaction of the fans in the arena here tonight. A lot of people thought that the first knockdown was at best a glancing blow off his head. You were the closest man to it. What happened?
Well, I'm a good puncher, you know. You should have those people come and take the punch that he got hit with.
Tell them come get hit by me. See how they react. I'm a good puncher.
And then they could decipher was it hard or not.
And the left that put him down the second time, how strong was that?
That was a good punch. I do it hard, bad intention. You know, you're watching a fight, you're a reporter. Every punch was throwing bad intention.
You know, unfortunately, I feel as though I'm redoing the McNeely post-fight here. Did you hit him hard enough to knock him down? The fans afterwards are yelling, "Fix, fix, Mike." How do you feel standing in the ring hearing that?
Well, listen, what can I say? Do you think Mike Tyson's going to fix a fight? Do you think Joe Louis fixed a fight? They went through all the fight, all the heavyweight champions in their era. They did the same thing with Ali and Listen to Me. What can I do? I'm just here to render my face.
Mike Tyson.
If he came out, he'd have been flattened. I mean, flattened. He had nothing left, no reflexes. Fight stopped. He stopped himself, really. He stopped himself, really. I think his indication to
The bout, billed as Liberation, took place on September 7, 1996, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas for the WBA Heavyweight Championship.
Postponement of the WBA Championship until tonight. During that time, the Seldon-Tyson rivalry got as hot as the Las Vegas summer. While the Seldon camp accused Tyson of being unprepared in July and faking the illness, Team Tyson responded that the postponement only delayed Seldon from getting, quote, the worst beating of his life, end of quote. Well, the final countdown has begun to the Seldon-Tyson fight.
Mike Tyson's not going to defeat me. Mike Tyson is not going to take my title from me.
Have you seen someone with a jab like Seldon's?
Have you ever seen me fight before?
My opponents come into the ring, but they crawl out.
Mike, what do you think of Bruce Seldon?
I think he's in a lot of trouble.
I never knocked out opponents. I made them quit. I made them quit.
The event is also historically noted for the presence of Tupac Shakur, who was fatally shot hours after attending the fight. On a side note, the Tupac Shakur murder trial just began on Monday, August 17, 2026.
He's 25 years old. Shakur was shot 4 times after leaving the Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas in a car driven by Suge Knight, the head of his label, Death Row Records. The shots were fired from a Cadillac that drove up.
Hip-hop star Tupac Shakur was killed in a drive-by shooting 30 years ago, but now his alleged killer is finally standing trial this week. In those 30 years, mystery and conspiracies of his death never disappeared until 2023, when ex-street gang leader of Southside Compton Crips, Dwayne Keffi D. Davis, was unexpectedly charged with murdering the famous rapper. Davis has been known to investigators as one of the 4 suspects identified early in the investigation, not as the accused gunman, but prosecutors allege he was the group's ringleader and that the shooting was an act of revenge after Shakur attacked his nephew hours earlier.
I will now show you hotel security footage, as many of you have already related to the incident. And on this incident, you will see Tupac Shakur, who's wearing a shiny, satiny shirt, with Suge Knight, who's a large man in a brown suit, punching and kicking Orlando Anderson.
Lower your phone.
Following this incident, you'll see hotel security intervene, and then they will leave the area of the fight. Little did anyone know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death of Tupac Shakur.
After the fight, Shakur and Knight became involved in a confrontation with Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, Davis's nephew and a member of the Southside Compton Crips. Later that night, as Shakur and Knight were driving along the Las Vegas Strip, A white Cadillac pulled alongside their BMW, and shots were fired from the back seat. Shakur was struck 4 times by bullets fired from a .40 caliber Glock 22 and was taken to University Medical Center of Southern Nevada. He died 6 days later on September 13, 1996.
Here's another crazy fact. The fact that I just found out, and I know this video has nothing to do with this fact, but listen to this. I got this from TMZ. You guys are gonna freak out. Watch this and listen
And now,
to this.
Tupac, more like Tupac, starring Suge Knight.
Suge Knight told a wild story about Tupac, and it turns out that he was cremated, rolled up into a blunt, and smoked by some buddies.
Yes, family and friends took the man who rapped Hit 'Em Up and lit 'em up.
A group that he worked with, the Outlaws, talked about this before. What we've learned here that is new is how Suge Knight got the body cremated.
Which was a challenge because they wanted it done the night he died.
Suge says someone put him in touch with a guy who could cremate. He asked the guy to do it, but the guy said he was busy for the next few days. So Suge, being Suge, gets the guy's address, goes over to his house with 2 bags. One bag apparently had $200,000 in cash, and the other had $1 million in cash. He offered the guy the bag with $200K, but he said he wouldn't cremate Tupac that night. Offered him both bags, which would be $1.2 million, and he said the guy was looking at $1.2 million in these bags and says, all right, let's burn Tupac.
And then they all got high on Thug Life.
And everyone took a blunt and smoked some Tupac.
And Suge says it was his mother, Tupac's mother, who wanted to do that because they kind of wanted to celebrate Tupac that night.
And believe it or not, Suge was conflicted.
It's unclear if smoking blunts is going to be a violation of his probation.
If you had a blunt, but you rolled it with tobacco, it's fine.
Well, blunt has marijuana.
Well, no, because they call this a blunt. I talked to Suge last night.
You have to be the first narc that Suge's been cool with.
I'm about that life.
You're about out of life. Kidding! You're gonna live forever. Tune in next time when we talk about the notorious THC.
Now back to our main subject. During the post-fight interview, replays suggested that Seldon's knockdowns were not caused by Tyson's punches landing with full force, fueling speculation about the legitimacy of his effort. Seldon denied any wrongdoing, stating he had trained seriously and did not intend to throw the fight.
Great fighter, you know, he's fast. He's very fast, and he punches extremely hard. And I'm not ashamed to say that he's a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He punches extremely hard, and he's very fast. And I thought I was on my proper defense. I truly did, but he caught me with a left hook, and he caught me right on the point of my chin. And everybody knows that's the nerve, and that just rattled me.
What do you mean by that?
What happened after you got up after the second knockdown? It looked like you were okay and then started wobbling towards the end of the count. Well, I kind of knew he was going to come out after the second knockdown. Yeah, second knockdown. You were down for a while. Looked like you got up for okay. Like I just said, I was gone. You know, I was. You know, he hit me. I couldn't clear my head in time. It seemed as if Mr. Steele was right there on the count. I'm not saying he had a fast count, but he was right there on top of the count, and I just couldn't clear my head in time. And I was staggered. So, Bruce Seldon, a loser tonight. Mike Tyson picks up another victory and another championship belt. And
Tyson, you saw abs when he came out of prison. Remember that? Dude, he was prison jacked. That was like maybe the scariest Tyson ever. Like they finally released him.
Tyson, recently released from prison, was on a comeback streak, having defeated Peter McNeely.
This is for my grandfathers, my grandmothers, my father, my mother, Curly, my 3 brothers, last but not least, Snubby.
Mr. McNeely, what was it that you have told your son?
And last but not least, Medfield!
Buster Mathis Jr., and Frank Bruno in dominant fashion, Seldon, the reigning WBA champion, entered the fight as a 22-1 underdog. Fight details. From the opening bell, Tyson was the aggressor. Seldon attempted to use his left jab to control distance, but Tyson quickly breached his defense.
Anonymous thing will change tonight. The possibility of Tyson versus Holyfield soon. Scheduled for 12, and Tyson comes.
He's got to step to it once in a while.
A left hook by.
Step into the eye of the storm to get to Mike Tyson.
Swing and a miss with the right hook to 10.
And that's where the power is for him. Tyson is to go fighting backwards because he lunges forward.
Seldon has. Bruce Seldon.
Bruce has to use that jab, but already, so when Mike's down in the crouch, he's got to spring up. If Bruce comes down, and
look how he stands straight up there. Now that's not. A long rest there, but he has felt.
Back comes Seldon.
Oh, forget it.
He's wobbly.
You can always punch, and that's it.
It's over in the first round.
1 minute and 9 seconds were left, and he was not going to weather the storm. If he came out, he'd have been flattened. I mean, flattened. He had nothing left, no reflexes. Fight stopped. He stopped himself, really. I think his indication to the referee was
Iron Mike Tyson.